canceller.
Yes, I actually did that. Click
Turned
here
on.
anytime to view on YouTube. Am I live? Am I live, lovelies? Can you see me? Yep, I am live. And I'm pretty sure you are because I got a notification.
Here, I'm going to check.
Yeah, just turning the volume down on that. Just turning the volume down on this. I'm already on mute. Gosh! 16! Fantastic, you're here. Say hi to me. Let me know who's on. Welcome. Hi, Kira. Oh, is that my echo on?
You have to turn your echo canceller on.
What's that? Microphone. Mute, built-in microphone. Where do I find that? Options.
Let's see. Under options. If you scroll down, one of them is use echo cancellation. Be sure you have that clicked.
I have got that clicked.
All right.
Okay.
Hi, Robin. Hi, Vanessa. How you guys all doing?
Yay! We have some new people. Welcome, welcome. It's lovely to see you. Yes, look at you lovelies. You're fantastic. Yay! 30 babes on already.
All
you
right.
are on fire.
I'm up to 2.
You're up to 2.
No, more than that.
Okay, look at your Gilmore channel. You have just like hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
Oh, that channel, yeah. If we went live on that channel, it'd get pretty busy. It'd get too busy to have a conversation.
Yes, it would be mental, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't all be nice either.
Well,
hey,
yeah,
I got Deb's over here. I have 12.
Brilliant. Deb
fine.
said she was coming on. So, if you guys, you lovely babes, have any questions, please put them in capitals so we can see them. That would be fantastic. I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot what I was going to say. Right, we are going on for 1 hour tonight, so we're going to be,
right.
We're going to be answering your questions. And how are you all doing today? Who has been fasting?
Fasting day.
Fasting day. How's your fasting day been?
Mine has been pretty good. In fact, I hadn't really thought about it much today. I haven't been hungry. I'm having a little tea right now, but I had my standard couple of cups of coffee across the morning, and a calorie-free soda this afternoon. And but I felt fine today. The DW was she didn't feel well. She went home at lunch, just had a virus or something, so she's feeling a little better now, so I don't know. But as far as the fast goes, for me, not been bad at all today. How about you?
Not been bad. Well, I have been struggling today, I'll be honest. Tell me, what do I shift what to get you split screen? What do I do to get you on split screen?
Shift click.
Shift click. I'm only broadcasting me at the moment. Oh, I've got to highlight both of them, have I? Shift click. Bear with us here. I am not. Hang on. Camera. No, I'm not got both on. How can I rectify that? Just bear with me, and then I will tell you about my difficult day.
Yeah, you've had a tougher day today, huh?
I have.
Maureen, you did your fast yesterday, and that's interesting. Hi, Beverly.
Right, I've managed to do it. Fantastic. Sorry about that, guys. Right, I had a really hard day today with the fast. I was all right until about 3 o'clock, then I got really hungry. And then I've been pretty much hungry all night tonight. And I was just so tempted to eat something. And if it wasn't for you lovelies, I probably would have caved. That's the honest truth. So I just thought, no, I can't let you guys down. I can't be like the one eating. Wink even suggested that I had something to eat and just not tell you. Which isn't really the point. So definitely I'm starving hungry now. I've got my tea in my lovely Houston mug here, so I'm just going to neck some of that. Right, I've got some questions here.
Well, I'm sorry you're having such a tough time today. I wonder why.
Well, do you know what? I kind of ate for England yesterday. I stupidly bought some vegan biscuits, and I managed to kind of slip over on the sofa and inhale a whole packet at about 2:00 in the morning yesterday.
Oh, no.
I don't think that really helped. So not really whole food, but definitely plant-based. So
I had a question here. Somebody's taking doxycycline for 21 days, twice a day. Doctor said he shouldn't fast on them. There's no problem with fasting while taking doxycycline. You just have to understand doxycycline can upset your stomach, and that's why we tell people to take it with food. It's not necessarily that it has to be taken with food for the medicine purpose so much as it is it's more likely to upset your stomach if you take it on an empty stomach. So maybe if you take it with some sugar-free tea or coffee or something, that should calm your stomach enough to take it. Go ahead, Sue. I apologize. I wanted to answer that real quick.
No, that's absolutely fine. I've got Jenny has put 2 messages saying when is she going to get some more of your videos. She loves them. I guess that's the main channel.
I do know that I sent one in yesterday that I had been working on over the weekend. We're doing some of the email questions and answers. We're turning some of those into videos, and they're putting them on our Facebook account. Ooh. So if you're not following on Facebook, you might miss some of those. Okay. So other than that, just as soon as I kind of decide every once in a while to, I do lots of injections during the day, but I don't always video those because they're not quite as interesting. So I leave a lot of those out and I wait for something, a little juicier maybe. But if you, some of these questions and answers or questions that have been coming in over the email have been very, very interesting. So I put together some videos out of those, and they've been putting them up on the Facebook account. So if you are interested in more of something, we try to put something up almost every day on either the main channel, the fan channel, the All-Star Doctor channel, or on Facebook. My editing team is always working. They're putting stuff up all the time. So I think it's just John Gilmore, MD, on the Facebook account. So I think so.
Right. What's your Facebook name?
Yeah, I think it's just John Gilmore, MD.
Okay, I'm going to put that up.
See if you find it.
MD, that's Facebook, guys. Right, I've got Sandy says, Dr. G, have you got any good tips? I had Christmas afternoon on Saturday and since then gone wayward, and she's got a little crying cat face. I've not ate meat products, but I've had dairy, finding it a bit tough. And Gloria says she has the same problem. Oh, no. Yeah, Chrissy has also got the same problem, having hunger headaches. Actually, I had a headache earlier as well. So any advice from you there?
Well, first of all, what I think is for people who are making the transition, don't get upset if you don't are not immediately able to go all the way whole food plant based. Okay, you can take it in steps, and you can start with the meats and the animal flesh first, and then you can start cutting out the dairy. And as you're doing that, you can find some replacement items. For example, instead of milk, you can use the almond or nut milks. Instead of cheese, there are some imitation cheeses out there. Instead of butter, you can use an oleo or a vegetable-based margarine. And I know there are vegan ice creams and things like that. So if you really like those things a lot and you're finding them to be stumbling blocks, then look for substitutions. But don't feel that you have to make the transition immediately. You can slowly transition into a whole food plant-based diet. So don't beat yourself up about it. Take it one step at a time. The same with fasting. If you find that fasting for a whole day is just too difficult, well, then don't fast a whole day. Fast a half a day. And then the next time fast a half a day, and then maybe the following week you go for a little longer until you get to where you can comfortably fast for the entire day. I found for most people they can fast one day and it's not a big deal as long as they just put their mind to it. But for some people it is more difficult. And so if you're one of those people, then that's okay. We're here to support you even if you can't get through the whole day the first time. What matters is the direction that you're heading and that you're working toward becoming healthier, and that's what we're all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would also say with the headaches, you need to drink more. If you're fully hydrated, you can help a headache. I had a headache earlier on, and it's just because I hadn't drunk anything for a while. I'd kind of, was busy. I've been fighting with, well, not fighting actually. I've been very good actually. Wink's machine that I'm on now was wiped down back to factory settings, and I've been crazily since like 6 o'clock when we got home trying to get all the software, and I was a bit stressed and hungry, and I ended up with a headache, and I think that was a little bit of stress, and I hadn't drunk anything for a few hours. So I would advise drinking some more liquid. I think that will really help. But the fasting, I think the headaches can be due to like detoxing, can't they? I mean, if you normally drink coffee and you're not drinking coffee, you can get that from the lack of caffeine or kind of a little bit withdrawal. And don't forget, because you're changing your diet from something that had animal products in it, probably processed sugars, ready meals, eating out, all that sort of stuff, all those snacks and bars of chocolate and stuff that, some of us have been doing before actually kind of knuckling down and doing this. You have a lot of toxins in your body that need to come out. And this is quite a purifying diet because your body knows what to do with it all. So your body and your gut, they're all getting back together and they're getting rid of stuff, and that can manifest in headaches, certainly, at the beginning of the transition. So would you say...
Question over here, somebody had asked about anti-inflammatories. What were natural anti-inflammatories because they were having some trouble with ibuprofen, and I think that this does kind of fall in with what we're talking about, being more natural in our diet and so forth, and wanting to stay away from prescription medications if possible. And I think of ibuprofen as kind of a prescription medication because for a long time it was prescription. But both turmeric, curcumin, and flaxseed oil are both outstanding anti-inflammatory, natural anti-inflammatories. So are fish oil, and somebody just mentioned krill oil, and that's also true for these organic omega-3 products. There are natural anti-inflammatories, but I like to stay away from the fish oil if possible, strictly because it's an animal product. But I would say the flaxseed oil gives you plenty of anti-inflammatory activity naturally, and so does turmeric. And for example, we sell turmeric curcumin. So anyway, I hope that answers that.
Cool. Somebody, let me go. Joanne said sometimes it's gastric juices in your tummy. I think this is going back to being hungry or struggling. Would it help to take ranitidine?
That's Zantac prescription name, or ranitidine.
That's it.
If you're getting acid reflux, well then yes. But most hunger pangs are just due to the fact that you're just a little bit hungry, and they generally will pass within 20 minutes if you just give yourself an opportunity to let it pass.
Stick it out and busy your brain with something else. Go and do something else to take your mind off it. Stick a track on and dance around the room, or go for a quick walk around the block, get outside in the garden, get some fresh air, have a look at your social media. Do something, because when you're feeling hungry, you're going to be going, honestly, I should have taken my own advice today. I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling hungry, I'm feeling hungry. And then you're just manifesting that thought and agreeing with yourself, and then you focusing on the actual feeling. So if you change your state, get up, walk around, go and do something else, change the scenery, that will really help to kind of get your mind off focusing. And then like Dr. Gilmore says, it will pass. Somebody's asked if it is absolutely crucial to fast.
No.
It's
not.
No, it isn't. So it helps. I'm certainly enjoying doing it. So it's not essential, but there are lots of benefits for it, which we actually listed. And I will actually put Dr. Gilmore's 10 medical benefits of fasting in the description of this video afterwards to save you trawling through them all to find where it is. So I will do that later. Chrissy is saying she's been 4 months vegan, but the fasting is really causing headaches. Maybe she'll do half a day for a bit. That's certainly an option. Yeah. Right.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Chrissy's saying, do you have any experience with Syrinx cysts? Syrnx cysts.
Syrinx.
Ah, right. I'm not very good with medical terms, am I?
I don't think it really plays into anything we're talking about tonight. But it's a spinal cord related cyst, and it's for most people it's not a huge problem, but it can be. But it's certainly not something that we would treat or deal with in a primary care setting. It would be handled by a neurosurgeon for any treatment if necessary. Yeah.
Okay. Joanne says she has reasons for mine. I'm not sure what the reasons were. Otherwise, I have no problem dieting unless I get low blood sugars. I am diabetic type 1. So they shouldn't fast. Is that right? Is that one of the...
That's correct.
Yeah,
right. Type 1 diabetics should not fast.
Okay, don't fast then. Okay.
But they can certainly do a whole food plant-based diet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine, yeah.
So, yep, Sandy's fasting. We've got lots of people who are fasting. Anyone had a good experience with their fasting today that they'd like to share? Yes!
You threw that I'd already shared. I've just had a good day. I want to encourage you guys that if you'll continue to do the Monday, Thursday fast, that it'll become such a regular part of your life that it won't bother you. It won't become a mental issue. It won't stress you out or anything. That it'll just become a normal part of your week. So that's where I am now, and it's only because of repetition that I've continued working at it. And I had times where I had headaches, and I had times where I would have hunger pangs and things like that. And I also lost a lot of weight over that, especially the first 6 months. And now I'm down 50 pounds as a result of the change to diet and doing the intermittent fasting. So, you're going to have, your body's not used to not having food. Let's admit it. You've had a steady stream of food coming into your body. You've been in a growth mode for years probably. And one of the main benefits of fasting is putting your body into a repair mode, getting out of that continual growth mode and getting into a repair mode and letting your body begin to do some healing. And so that's, there are lots of benefits to fasting. Do you have to do it? No. But I'm here to tell you that if you do and you stick with it, it does become easier. It will become a lot easier over time.
Yeah. It does become easier over time. Mary Beth is absolutely loving the fasting, which is absolutely fantastic. You're doing great guns. That's really, really fantastic.
I'm getting the same thing here from Beverly Felder. She's saying she loves fasting, hasn't eaten anything today. So that's fantastic. So we're getting that.
Excellent. Yay. It's really brilliant. And has anyone got anything to report on improved symptoms, less pain, less inflammation, sleeping better, feeling better, having more energy? Anyone got anything? V's talking about her steroids. She was the one that has the problem with the vein up her arm. She said the steroids are making her really hungry.
Oh, they will. There's just almost no way around that except to try to be sure if you're going to eat, then try to eat low calorie, or no calorie foods, the safe foods like cucumber, celery, things like that. Stick with the vegetables, eat peppers, squirt a little mustard on a celery stalk and eat that if you have to. But quite frankly, if you're going to, eat something because you're on steroids, well, then just do the best you can, and nobody's going to fault you for that.
Fantastic. Right, I have a question here. Is it, we've got somebody new watching. Welcome, Betty.
I got somebody on here telling us to subscribe to PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
What on earth? Isn't he like a gamer or something? Why on earth?
I think you've got a troll. You've got a troll.
Yeah, I'm not going to block him. It just seems like this is not the right channel to be recruiting people for, probably a mid-20s, game player. I doubt anybody here is even
really
interested.
I know I'm not.
Trying.
So Bebby has asked, is it okay to fast when on heavy medications? I'm waiting for a hip replacement and feel pretty nauseous if I don't eat when taking the pills. Any suggestions?
Well, my suggestion is wait until you've had your hip replacement.
Okay, there you go.
If you're just on a surgery list and you're on medications, then wait until you've had your hip replacement. Go whole food plant based, and get healthy as you can. And once you've had the hip replacement and you get through your rehab and life gets more normal, then jump in with fasting.
Excellent. That's like excellent advice. Thank you so much. So yeah, but make your transition to whole food plant based, because you'll feel lots of benefits there, and you're going to be getting healthier as well, and you want to be as healthy as you can when you're ready to go into surgery. You know, you want to kind of be as tough and strong as you can, so that would be really good. Chrissy is saying the swelling on her legs has gone down as a result of switching on to healthy eating, so that's fantastic. Yeah. Gloria,
expected. Good.
Gloria is sleeping much better. Woo woo!
Good. We like to hear that.
Yeah, see, these are all the things that you all have to look forward to, especially those of you guys who are kind of on the edge and a little bit in and not fully in. So, you know, just think of those benefits, and that will help motivate you to make those transitions. And so I'm transitioning to vegetarian. I've currently given up all meat except wild caught fish and finding more and more vegan food. There is more and more out there. It's becoming a real movement. In fact, there were programs on it today in the UK. Madge said she loved how simple the day was fasting, because you don't have to think about what to cook, what to eat, what to buy, what to prepare. You don't have to spend any time preparing any food. It's just fantastic. It's just like a day off from the whole what am I going to eat thing. I love it for that. That's just such a bonus. Chrissy did 16 and 8 fasting and lost a good amount of weight. I'm going to start doing it again. Eating healthy foods while intermittent fasting is important. What else have I got here? Sandy's night sweats have gone from 5 to 6 times a night to 1 and then to none at all. Her mood swings have gone and her energy is coming back, and her hubby has noticed the difference.
Uh-oh, watch out.
That's so fantastic. That really is fantastic. See? This is live proof that it works, guys. Get these comments into your skin, into your head, and help them motivate you, because, you know, we're all although we're different, we're all the same. You know, we can all get these benefits from doing this. You know, this is why we're here, helping you do this and you know, giving you some form of accountability, some kind of support group, because I tell you what, I might have just hoovered up some food today if it weren't for you guys. It really helps to have a kind, safe environment to do this. And really what we need more people to come on and try this and join us. So if you know
invite
anyone.
Somebody. Yep. Yeah. Invite somebody.
Yeah. So share this with people. Invite your friends to come on who've noticed a difference, who think they can't do it, because guess what? We all think we can't do it when we're looking down the nose of something new, because it's scary. So do invite people to come on with us, because we'd love to meet some new people. And there are loads of new people on here tonight at my end, which is fantastic.
We're having, and I'm seeing old friends from previous discussions from years ago, like Joe Sanderson. We've discussed interesting discussions about cysts and so forth in the past, and glad to see you, Joe. But there's a lot of discussion on my feed over here about tea tonight, which is really interesting. Somebody asked about peppermint tea, and somebody's also talking about ginger tea. And you know what? I'm not a tea expert, but I'm actually having some tea tonight. I'm having Egyptian licorice tea. It's by an Indian brand. And I can't remember what the name of the brand is, but it's really tasty. And I fell in love with tea back when I was doing longer term fasting. and just found so many wonderful flavors. And I know chamomile has been out there for a long time. It's relaxing, but I know that there have been a lot of people that have told me in the past that for upset stomach, they've done well with peppermint tea. And Robin is saying that she likes ginger tea for upset tummy. But I'd be interested in other opinions about tea. Yeah, it was Karen LeBlanc who asked about whether peppermint tea relieves upset stomach. And my experience is that it has. So what do you think, Sue? Do you have any tea?
Yeah, peppermint tea is definitely a digestive. They serve it if you go to Morocco, Greece. They serve peppermint tea there, like, you know, that's how you welcome someone into your home. It's really good, and you can make it fresh just from some sprigs of mint leaf. Just pour boiling water over it, or you can get it in tea bags, and that's really, really good for digestion. I think chamomile tea is also very good for digestion as well. But there are loads and loads of teas there. If you were to Google, you know, herbal teas that are good for digestion, you'd get loads of different brands. Well, just mixes of herbs, actually. So that's certainly something that you can look at. What have I got here? I have got Becky has lost 5 pounds in weight, so that's whoop whoop, fantastic. And Chrissy is watching with her mother and her 22-year-old daughter, so there are 3 generations watching us here tonight on her
that's great.
channel, and they are both considering the lifestyle change. That's wonderful. Just fantastic. Woo! Yeah, to the Moore family, that's fantastic.
I have posted under your picture your website, the www, or you could put HTTPS or however that works. You don't even have to put any of that. You can just put loveyourlife.love, and that'll take you to Sue's online site where she has Meta 7 now. For those of you who are in UK and some other probably nearby areas, if you've been looking for the opportunity to either start buying Meta 7 again because we had to stop selling in the UK, or if you're looking to try it for the first time, you'll be able to do so. She's actually got her first shipment on the way, so she's taking orders now, I think, right? You are taking orders. Yeah,
I'm taking orders now. Right. And the thing is, if it's something that you want, get your order in now, because what I think may happen is I may run out of stock before it's even arrived. So I want to reorder as soon as possible so that you guys don't have to wait so long for it. So just hop over there, and if anyone wants to message me about it, you can do. That's absolutely no problem. A lot of you are following me on Facebook. Send me a PM or put a message on this. Not in the live chat, but actually go and put a message, because the live chat's really hard to find because you have to play the whole video to find it all. So go and put a message in it when the video finishes. That would be great. Going back to tea, chai tea is fantastic. And you can make that with nut milk, but probably not on fasting days because there will be calories in that then. But just don't mix it with, because the Indians, they make it with condensed milk. That is delicious, but that is just not what you want to be eating. It's full of sugar as well, processed sugar. So that would be very nice. So that's great. What do we got here? Chrissy's husband says her daughter and her mum are watching, but her husband says if she starts cooking no meat, then he may trade her in. He will change when he sees the change in you, because Wink has, and he was known to troll about going, it's a voluntary eating disorder. You know, if you want to have a voluntary eating disorder, and he used to get on his soapbox. And he used to refuse to cook for vegetarians either back in the day. Not that he ever had dinner parties, but he used to just say that's what he would say if someone said, oh, I'm a vegetarian. He'd go, well, bring your own food or don't come then. So, and he fully supports it and has eaten a vegan meal I cooked this week and thoroughly enjoyed it. And my green curry I put up on my channel as a recipe. So, you know, hang in there, because when they see the happiness, the joy, the weight loss if you need to lose weight, lack of pain, improved sleeping, just like generally skippy-doo-daring about, it's going to be, this vegan lark's actually working. Maybe I'll have to rethink it. So just hang in there and don't be dissuaded. Do not be dissuaded.
There you go. And do it for the right reason. Do it for health. I mean, and there'll be those that are not interested, and that's okay. Let them live their life. But I have people that are asking me every day, how do I get this weight off? What do I have to do to get my blood pressure down? I don't understand why my cholesterol is so high, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. And it's their diet. It frankly is. And I get a big kick out of the number of people that tell me the reason they're overweight is they don't have time to exercise. And that's just not true. Yeah. It's just not the problem. The problem is what you're putting in your mouth, what you're eating in the first place. And you're not going to exercise that off. No. You don't have time, not to mention the fact that, you probably, have the amount of dedication to what I think the real benefit of exercise is that you're not actually spending that time eating.
Yes.
Okay. I think exercise helps you lose weight because you're not eating while you're exercising. I think that's why people lose weight when they exercise 4 hours a day, because that's 4 hours a day they're not actually eating.
All the Keep Fit instructors will be like, woo, up in arms. But guys, you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. Full stop.
No, you can't.
You can't. You literally can't. So, you can be in the gym all blimmin' day and eat some rubbish when you get home, and you're just not going to get past any plateaus you have. You're not going to feel any better. You're just on a treadmill of not getting healthy, basically, whilst being on a treadmill and paying a big gym membership as well. So,
I have an interesting question here from Vanessa. She says her doc says this will take 6 months or longer. Is this true? And I'm not sure what is what true. I'm not sure. Oh, I apologize. I thought I knew what the question was. But anyway, Vanessa, tell me more about your question and put it in caps like Sue asked, because that'll make it easier for me to pick it out. But if you're talking about to make the conversion and get to where you can fast on a regular basis without it causing you a lot of distress, no, that doesn't take 6 months. I found within about 6 weeks I was doing fasts that didn't bother me anymore. So, but again, everybody's different. So and some people can't fast at all. The phlebitis. So phlebitis can take 6 months or longer, depending on how you treat it. If you treat it with steroids, it'll clear up faster. If you treat just with ibuprofen, then it takes longer. But if you go all natural, I don't know how long. I've never seen anybody just treat phlebitis strictly with, flaxseed oil or turmeric. I don't know. It's a good question. So I can't intelligently answer that for you, except to say that I always put people with phlebitis on steroids because I know how very painful it can be, and I know that if you don't treat it aggressively, it will stay around for a long time, and it doesn't need to. But every medication has a side effect. Every medicine is a potential poison, so you don't want to be on the steroids any longer than you absolutely need to be. Okay? I hope that helps.
Excellent. Snow White is asking about vegan cheese. What cheese is to do with your sister? Hang on, you did vegan cheese with your sister yesterday. It's really nice, isn't it? Vegan cheese. I love it.
There you go with your vegan cheese stuff again.
Always with the vegan cheese. I love it.
Always with the vegan cheese. It tastes like plastic to me.
No, right, we need to get you some vegan cheese you like. I might have to send you a parcel in some kind of freezer bag. We got some really good stuff here. I'm sure you've got some there. You need to try some more, I think.
Vanessa, how long for the steroids? Well, it depends on how severe the phlebitis is. You might need to be on steroids for 6 weeks. It also depends on what steroids you use, how strong they are. Are you using dexamethasone? Are you using prednisone? Are you using methylprednisolone? There are different strength steroids, so it's not a one-size-fits-all question. I'm sorry. But, you can send me some pictures and send me an email if you like, and I'll try to give you my best guess on some of these things. But I can tell you, phlebitis is, I've got a little phlebitis going on right here. Right here. Little phlebitis. Because when I reach under the shelf to grab a chart, it seems like a bump right here all the time. And sure enough, I ended up with a raised vein, little case of phlebitis. And it's going away because I eat so well, it's hard for inflammation to hang around on me anymore. And it's going away. So, but it's a little sore still. But I mean, when I got finished with my surgery where I had my IV put in, I had phlebitis that went up the inside of my arm all the way around to my chest. Extremely painful. And fortunately, or unfortunately, I was on dexamethasone for 3.5 weeks and put on about 20 pounds because I was eating everything plus retaining sodium, retaining water too. So
yeah, when you cut the salt out of your diet, that helps with water retention a lot.
Yes, it does. It helps a lot. But that's very difficult to do when you're on steroids because the steroids, they'll cause you to retain sodium. Yep. Right.
I have got, somebody's commented on how I managed to fit exercise in while I do my housework. I'm always doing some kind of jogging on the spot while I'm doing something. So, I'll if you have a look through my, channel, you'll see a couple of me zipping about, doing housework and getting exercise in while I'm doing it. Chrissy
same with me. Yeah, there's a lot of me doing housework and incorporating the aerobic exercise. I like to.
You crack me up.
I like to tell lies on video sometimes.
You're so naughty. Chrissy says it takes 5 seconds to put something in your mouth and 4 hours to work off those calories. Yeah, just think about the price you're paying when you're sucking something down that you shouldn't be. And in answer to someone saying, does it take 6 months to kind of make the transition? It takes 21 days to create a new habit. And the food you eat is a habit. You habitually eat food that you eat. You go down the same aisles in the supermarket. You pick the same brands of the same, more of this, we'll have more of that. Yeah, I've run out of this. It's why the supermarkets move everything around so you can never find anything because they're hoping that you're going to spot something new and start buying different things. So 21 days to make a habit. So if you can just stick it out for 21 days, you'll find you'll be habitually wanting things. Somebody said how they really like the vegan cheeses now.
You're just doing that just to give me a hard time.
Yeah. You're lucky I'm not peeling a banana, Jack. Okay, just had to mention that. Karen she's got type 2 diabetes, and can you fast? Yes, you can. And also, what do you think of the keto diet?
Keto diet is garbage. That's what I think of it. How's that? Now, I did have somebody ask me an interesting question in the clinic today. They asked me about the keto diet, and I explained how dangerous going keto can be because the vast majority of these diets tend to base their what you eat completely on animal products. Number one. Number two, it's been proven that weight loss diets universally fail. So people that diet just to weight loss fail. That's why we're not advocating a diet here. We're talking about a lifestyle change. All right. Yeah. So then they asked, well, can I do the keto diet with plant oils and plant products? And I said, yeah, you can. You probably won't enjoy it, but you could. You could go with a lot of avocado, for example, and plant-based oils and go keto. I said, I think it would be difficult. You could eat a lot of tree nuts. But it would certainly be a lot healthier than eating, pig fat. So, I threw that out there. I'd much rather, if you're going to do it, than try to go plant-based. But I really think it's ridiculous. I don't think it needs to be done at all. If you'll just adopt a whole food plant-based diet, if you're a lifestyle, then you're going to lose weight. Your body's going to have a hard time maintaining, excess weight if you're not overfeeding yourself. And it's hard to overfeed yourself when you're a whole food plant-based. It's not impossible. It's just very difficult. Somebody asked, Robin asked a couple of times about maple syrup versus honey syrup, and I presume on a whole food plant-based diet. Yeah, both of those are probably could be considered natural sources of sugars. Maple syrup is primarily sucrose. It's maple syrup's not a lot different than table sugar, whereas honey has being made by bees has a lot of fructose in it. Honey is going to go to fat a lot faster than maple syrup would. So would I consider them both natural? Yeah, I think I would. Whole food, plant-based? No, one's plant-based, the maple syrup. The honey's not plant-based, right? Because it comes from bees. And honey has a very high fructose level, and just like drinking high fructose corn syrup soft drinks, you're going to, if you eat a lot of honey, you're going to find that that's going to go to fat really quickly. Your liver is going to transfer that fructose over to fat cells super, super quickly. Somebody else asks, is the keto diet bad when the cholesterol is high? The keto diet's bad even if your cholesterol is normal, because you can take somebody who's got normal cholesterol and put them on a keto diet and bring them in and draw their labs and their triglycerides and cholesterol will be through the roof. I've got labs with redacted names from people who've done just that. I saved them for people that are on the keto diet, and I showed them to them. And I said, this is what's going to happen to you if you if you do that diet. And they just don't believe it. They said, how do I know this is the same person? I said, obviously I've blotted out the names so that you don't see who it is, but this is what happens on the keto diet. And if you look out there and if you do some real research with eating a more Mediterranean diet or eating the Atkins type thing, all of these things that they try to tell you, cut the carbs out of your diet and you'll lose weight and you'll feel good while you're doing it. But what you're doing is you're loading your body up with high cholesterol, animal product foods that have been proven to be bad for your circulation, been proven to lead to insulin resistance, been proven to increase your risk of cancer, and on and on and on, all the things we talk about. And yet I still get people that are asking, is the keto diet okay? What do we think about that? We definitely do not think that is a safe way to eat. It is certainly not maintainable as a lifestyle. And nobody is advocating it as a lifestyle, but they're advocating it as a weight loss diet. And every weight loss diet that's ever been promulgated out there has failed. They all fail. Yeah. And that's why we're not here talking to you about a weight loss diet. What we're talking about is a change in your lifestyle to a more natural way of eating that's a healthier way of eating in many, many ways. So I hope that I've answered that question for the day, and we can do it again on Thursday.
Well, we've got loads of new people on here actually, so which is fantastic. And I think it's good because, we hear things and we kind of take it in and we don't remember it all. And it's very easy to, this is new to a lot of people. So, it's good to reiterate the benefits. I mean, horses eat grass and they eat oats and they eat herbs and they eat grass. And they drink water. They don't suddenly decide they're going to eat chocolate and give that a go. They just stick to what their bodies were built to do. And this is what we're talking about. We were built to eat fruits and vegetables and nuts. We weren't built to eat bread. We weren't built to drink milk. We don't have any teeth. We can't go and wrestle a buffalo down and rip its skin open with our teeth. We don't have the equipment. We're not designed for that. But our society has made us, eat all these different things. And, we've just become used to it. And it's on the telly and it's everywhere you go. Gastro this, gastro that, gastro blimmin' enteritis, everything, And here we are. We've got obesity's an epidemic. It's spreading through the world. And we've got depression. That's a pandemic, I'd say. Just like, the amount of kids on suicide watch, the amount of people that are depressed, the amount of people that, are stressed. It's because we're eating the wrong things. If you gave horses dog food, they'd be in a right state. And it's just, think about your body. Think about what you were born to eat, not what society tells us to eat. These diets, it's just $1 billion industry. They want you to diet and lose loads of weight, then you put it all off again because, you put it all on again because you can't sustain it. You can't sustain slender fast. How are you going to drink, shakes for the rest of your life? You
That's
can't.
exactly right. You're not going to.
No,
you're not.
You can't. So this is being a more natural human. Okay. It means you're eating food that your digestive system was made for. It takes millions of years to evolve. We've only been farming grain for 100 years. So we haven't evolved at all. We've just, we've got allergies, we've got bloating, we've got eczema, we've got all sorts of things. We've got behavioural issues, sugar spikes. Goodness knows what goes into our food. We had a load of goat and some other horse and some other meat that was being sold as beef in the UK, by our leading supermarkets. It's just like, you can't go wrong with a tomato, and some Brussels sprouts, and an orange. You can't go wrong with this. It's what we're made to eat. So this is what we're talking about. It's getting back to what we're supposed to eat. And when you do that, your body starts going, hallelujah. And this is why we've got people saying their legs aren't swollen, they're sleeping better, they've lost 5 pounds, they're feeling great, they've got loads of energy.
Digestive system's improving. Yeah, absolutely. All of these things. Absolutely.
Yeah. So we use the word diet because that's the word used to describe the things we put in our bodies, not a diet like the Atkins or the Keto, which sounds horrendous. I didn't even know what it was because I'm just like, I'm just eating real food, so I'm not interested in diets. So just don't get confused with that. It's, when we say diet, this isn't a diet. This is literally changing your lifestyle. And the sooner you get in with it, the sooner you kind of evolve with your program. And then if you're just cutting meat out now, try cutting eggs out next week, try going for a couple of days without any cheese, change your milk, get the alternative product in so you're not tempted. Even Wink likes tea with cashew nut milk in it now. That is like, alert the media. Stop press. Wink actually likes it, I never thought I'd see that, but he's like, oh, it's not too bad that, I didn't notice a difference in dairy though, and it was nice to have it occasionally, and it's just like, yes! So you will see, an improvement, totally. Okay, Elena's saying if you're a picky eater, okay, you don't have to eat tomatoes. There'll be fruits and vegetables that you do like. Pick the things you like. You might like nuts, there's lots of things that you can choose to eat. Nobody's saying, if you hate Brussels sprouts, which apparently they did a scientific experiment and some people are predisposed to really hate them and others to really love them. If you don't like sprouts, don't eat them. Have cabbage, have broccoli, You have a
lot of choices, that's for sure. You have a lot more choices eating whole food plant-based diet than you do eating animals.
Yeah.
You basically got the big four, right?
Yeah.
And it used to be a joke at our house. Well, what are we going to have tonight? Cow, chicken, pig, or fish? It's the same stuff over and over again, just reconstituted a different way.
Yeah.
Now we have, 100 different items to pick from, from different vegetables to fruits to legumes to, to nuts, seeds, all kinds of things. And our diet has expanded significantly and makes it a lot more interesting when it comes time to find something to eat, when it's time to eat something. So, if you're a picky eater, then you'd probably much rather be a whole food plant-based eater than an animal food-based eater, I would think.
Yeah, I would think so too. They're talking about margarine, if you can't do, bread without that on.
So use a little jam.
Yeah. or coconut butter's absolutely delicious.
There you go.
Really, really nice. Not coconut oil, not coconut milk. It's actually coconut butter, like peanut butter, and almond butter, cashew nut butter. I actually found a pecan. There you go. Do you like that, Jack? Pecan
that was pretty good.
Butter.
Pretty good.
But it was like £7 for like this tiny jar, so it went straight back on the shelf. I reckon I could make some pecan butter with the pecans that I picked off the tree when I was in Texas. But yeah, so there's lots of things, you know. You can make shepherd's pie with vegetables. Just like delicious. Delicious, absolutely delicious. In fact, I'm going to haul that recipe up and I'm going to do that for you. I couldn't do any recipes today because I'm fasting. And
there's no shortage of recipes out there for vegans. There really is, just tons and tons of websites and recipe books, cookbooks, and all the help that you would possibly need if you're into that.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. I'm more of keeping things simple. I like the taste of the fresh fruit and the fresh vegetable, and only rarely do I chop them up and cook them or make some soup from like lentil soup or something. That's if I'm in a hurry. Otherwise, I'm looking to slice up some tomatoes and slice up some green peppers and roll them into a spinach tortilla or something like that. I like the taste of the fresh stuff. I really do.
No, it's really good. And if you're short on what to do for sandwiches, like the spinach tortilla roll, we have sweet potato wraps. They are divine. So you're wrapping the vegetables up in a vegetable. And yes, somebody said they found a vegan mayonnaise. Absolutely delicious they are. I found vegan yogurt, which I'm going to make a mango lassi with, and I'm going to share that recipe with. Yeah, you can even, to make a roll, just get yourself some lettuce and chop up all your things that you would normally put in a sandwich and roll them up into a lettuce leaf and just crunch on that. It's absolutely delicious.
Doctors Esselstyn and T. Colin Campbell, two big researchers upon which vegan lifestyle is sort of based, they'll both tell you that the center point or the centerpiece of their daily diet is a green salad. That they plan a green salad at least one meal every day, and usually it's lunch, sometimes it's dinner, but try to keep that in mind, that one of your 3 big meals a day can just be as simple as a really good garden salad.
Yeah.
With instead of putting a real oily dressing, you can go with not a vinaigrette, but balsamic vinegar, and just a few splashes of that, and you've got some great taste right there, and very healthy. So keep that in mind. This doesn't have to be complicated at all. It can be very simple.
Yeah, like a good rainbow salad. Try and get as many colours in it as you can.
There you
Different
go.
colour peppers, some spring onions in there. That can be fantastic. You can even sprinkle a few nuts on the top. And I just use lemon juice. I just squeeze lemon juice on my salads.
That's a great idea too.
And crack some lovely black pepper on it. And that's something that you can really easily prepare. You can just chop up a storm, stick it in a sandwich box and take it to work with you. It's really portable. Just take a fork. Otherwise you'll be eating it like this. I've done that before, back in the day when I used to go into an office. And you can just chaw away at that. It's really, really good for you to get loads of green leaves in your diet. Raw spinach is fabulous. Yum, 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 yum. Watercress, mix it up. Use some different leaves. There's some, what's that called? The Italian one. I've forgotten what it's called. It's peppery, and I've forgotten what it's called. But there are loads of rocket. Ta-da! Rocket. That's really good. Get yourself some different lettuces like iceberg. The long ones, Romani lettuces. Mix it up. You can even put things like sprouted peanuts, pea sprouts they're called. All those sorts of things you can put in your salads. Really, really, really good for you. And you can even sprout seeds yourself. They're delicious and filling, and and give lots of flavour. You know, you don't just have to be stuck with lettuce and tomato and cucumber. You know, think out, you know, add some other things too. You know, little slices of avocado, that's always really yummy, and that will feel really
isn't it though? Yes, absolutely.
filling,
Love my avocado.
healthy, fabulous oil. You know, there's so many benefits to avocados, absolutely. And it gives you that kind of comforty, something a bit more solid than a leaf as well. So, you know, these are really, really good things to put in your salads. And that, you know, no Romani, and well, that's good, because if there's no Romani in the US, it's because it's not in season. Unfortunately, they grow everything in wretched polytunnels in Europe, and it all comes over non-stop, including strawberries. But if you're feeling...
I'm pretty sure we do the same thing here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, too. Fruit in salads. Yeah, chop some oranges or satsumas. You know, they're lovely Christmas flavours in there. A bit of pineapple in the salads, really nice. Apple grated in or chopped in is really, really good. And you can just sprinkle the... If you put lemon juice over your avocado and your apples, they won't go brown. So if you're preparing it the night before for work, you know, it won't look like, you know, unappetizing. It'll look lovely and fresh. Excellent. So, you know, that's just fantastic. Almond milk creamers, yeah, that's all good stuff that you can add. So there's loads and loads of things you can eat. It's just endless things. And you can make warming things if you're in a place where it's cold, you're having autumn and winter coming. You know, there's lots of belly warmers that you can have, which are so good for you. So vegetable broth and... Yeah,
I'm a big fan of chia seeds. I like sprinkling chia seeds on things that I eat directly. I also like taking the chia seeds and soaking them in water and let them swell up, and you can drink them. Or you can mix them in with things. And I talked to you guys, one of our breakfast items that we make with the steel cut oats and the chia seeds and the almond milk and a little dash of maple syrup. But the chia seeds give that a lot of texture. We've made homemade bread before. We added chia seeds to that, and it gives the bread a really interesting texture if you want homemade bread. So lots and lots of ways to get your nutrition. We try to recommend 80% of your diet or your calories come from fruits and vegetables directly, 10% from mushrooms, and then 10% from grains. And we try to stay away from starches. Okay, so some good stuff there. And we're doing the intermittent fasting or fasting on Mondays and Thursdays to help our body repair from the damage done, years and years of damage we've done to our bodies by eating lots and lots of processed foods and consuming just incredible amounts of animal protein. So we're looking for repair from that, and that can sometimes take years for that to happen. But eating a vegan diet, a whole food plant-based diet, has been proven to show regression of plaque in the arteries, the coronary arteries around the heart. So it is worthwhile. Anyway, so I think we're pretty close to our hour. So yeah. I will say thank you for including me in the discussion tonight. If you want to continue on with another hour, then
I'm going
please
to.
Do.
Yeah, I might continue on for a tiny little bit, but I'm going to not go on for another hour as well. So I think that's good.
I've got some things I've got to take care of, but I really enjoy you guys. What would be an alternative to the mushrooms? I don't have an alternative to that. If you have a mushroom problem, well, then you're just going to have to leave mushrooms out. Mushrooms are an incredible source of vitamin D, and if you want to talk about a sense of well-being that you're missing out on, if you're not eating mushrooms, you're not getting the vitamin D levels that your body really deserves, and those are vitamin D levels in the 70s and 80s and even 90s. You will feel an incredible improvement in your sense of well-being. Okay, well, thanks, everybody. And Sue, good to see you. And we'll see you again soon. And be on the lookout for your package.
I will. I cannot wait. I'm going to be looking at the tracking, and I shall keep you all updated as to when it arrives in the country. And so the Meta 7. I'll put the link in this video description as well as the benefit of fasting. So I will see you on Thursday again. So get ready with your questions, with your success stories. Share this with other people. Let's have some more new people on like we did tonight, which has been fantastic. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon. Is it evening there now, isn't it? Yeah, it's your evening.
It's about 7 o'clock. Yeah.
About 7 o'clock.
Central time. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right then. Lots of love.
Good night.
Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
So if you guys on Dr. G's channel want to hop over, you're more than welcome. I'll carry on for another wee bit. Right. Sandra is asking about dressings. Do you know what? There are heaps and heaps of vegan dressings.
There really are.
Yeah, there are heaps. There's ones you can do with avocados so that you kind of, pour it over. I'm going to look up some dressings actually, and I'll make some for you and I'll stick them on my channel because I know that you're really enjoying my recipes and I'm really enjoying doing them. And I do have some really healthy Christmas goodie recipes up my sleeve, courtesy of my sister. So, I actually, my main dressing is just lemon juice and a little drizzle of olive oil. Or avocado oil, actually. That's delicious. Absolutely gorgeous. It's slightly green colour. It's a little bit more expensive than olive oil, but, you can use it sparingly. Toasted sesame seed oil is really, really good. Bit of lemon juice. And as Jack said, the balsamic vinegar is really cool as well.
Definitely.
It is. It's really, really tasty. But you can make kind of hummus inspired dressings. Like you can make creamy dressings using like cashew nuts or sunflower seeds.
I got to go, Sue.
You
See you later.
Go. All right, sweetheart. See you soon.
Okay, good night.
Good night. If I get cut off, will I get cut off? Oh, no, I won't. I think I'm still on. I'm still on a heart-healthy diet as well. Usually can't use dressings high in salt. Any suggestions? Yep, Chrissy, make your own and don't put any salt in them. Okay? You can put a little mustard, little black pepper, some lemon juice. Let me just unshare that screen. Oh, no. That's not how you do it. I don't know how to get the half screen off, so bear with me. Let's see if I can. I think that will be a shift. No. Yes, I think I'm all whole now. You're 30 seconds behind me, so sorry about that little technical thing. Satsumas, orange juice. That would make really good dressing. Squeeze some oranges in there. So make your own dressings. It's very, very simple to make dressings. Just don't add the salt and don't use bottled ingredients. Use fresh ingredients. Yay, I've done it. Fantastic. I'm full screen. You can see my fullness now. Yay. Thanks for letting me know. You guys are amazing. So, what kind of recipes do you want to see me do? I'll do a dressing. I'll do some dressings. The creamy one is just fantastic. You soak either cashew nuts or what are they called now? Sunflower seeds. Just soak them for half an hour, or if you haven't got that time, just pour boiling water over them so that they get softer. And you whiz them up with like some lemon juice, some garlic, some black pepper, and they're just fantastic. OJ in your smoothies, yeah, that's fantastic. Satsumas, clementines. They're the small oranges that come out in December. They're not oranges, they're easy peel. So what else are they called? Satsumas, clementines. Do you have clementines in the States, in Canada, and other countries? I can't think if there's another name for them as well. I can't remember the other name for them. But they're just small, like in the orange family. They're usually really easy to peel. They've got small mandarin Mandarin oranges. There you go. That's another name for them. That's what they are. I didn't realise you didn't get satsumas. Maybe it's a name that we have here. Lime juice. Fantastic. You see, you could, if you use something like lime juice, a bit of fresh ginger, a little bit of chili, you'll get like a Thai infused kind of dressing, which is really nice as well. Yeah, mandarins. Yeah, you get mandarins. Clementine. Right, I will make some more smoothies. Are you enjoying the smoothies? Because they're so easy. It's just like instant health food. You know, lazy, can't be bothered to cook food. You know, sometimes Wink and I have a smoothie for supper because we just can't be bothered to do anything. I just love the seeds you use in the liquid candy bar recipe. I'm hooked. Yeah, that's really fantastic. If you're doing potato, like a jacket potato would be really good, but use a sweet potato. You know, and you can mash that up and stir all kinds of excitement into that and make it kind of different flavours. My aunt gave me a great recipe for non-fried, refried beans. Soak beans overnight, boil instead of fat, use fresh salsa to blind it. Yeah, that sounds fabulous. Pina colada. Yeah, the pina colada was a delicious one, wasn't it? Well, I'm going to do a mango lassi one. I did my Christmas pudding one, which is really nice. Yes, avocado salad with mozzarella vegan cheese. The mozzarella is fantastic and it melts really, really well. I know some of you, someone said they couldn't take mushrooms, but the big portobello mushrooms grilled with a little bit of garlic, a little bit of olive oil on it, and with some vegan mozzarella over it, it's just delicious. No, Wink is not a vegan. He is a proud meat eater, junk food eater, sugar consumer, but he's getting better. If he could avoid never eating a vegetable in his whole life, he would. He spent 40 years not having any vegetables except occasional peas, until he met me. And he looks a whole lot healthier since he met me as well. And all his friends noticed within like a month. They were like, "Oh my goodness, what are you doing to Winky? He looks amazing." It's just like, well, he's having vegetables. What else are we still on? Yeah, we're still live. All different oranges and fruits from around the world because we have Wegmans. Excellent. I'm guessing that is a produce. My man Wink, lol. Yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible. But he does enjoy the vegan meals, actually. Not all of them, but some of them he does. And I've been making the vegan meals with some kind of vegan meats in it, which he just goes, "Well, it's not really like chicken." I said, "Well, it's something, isn't it? If that wasn't in there, you go, "Oh, well, there was no meat in it." So, flatbread. Okay, I will look up some more flatbread recipes for you. Somebody actually messaged me today saying that it kept sticking to the parchment, the baking paper. I use a silicone sheet. It's like, nothing sticks to it. And it's like paper, but you can buy it very easily. It's not very expensive. I know you can get it on eBay and probably Amazon as well. So I think what she was doing is if you made a Christmas cake, you have to line the tin with baking parchment, but first you grease the tin and the parchment. Otherwise the parchment sticks to the cake or it pulls half the cake off. And I think that was the problem, with the flatbread. So maybe just put a little bit of olive oil on it so that it's not going to stick, so that you can peel it off when you turn the flatbread over. Wink and I have been together for 9 years, married for 7, but we lived next door to each other when we were born. So I've known him all my life and his family. Thai green curry. That is delicious. Absolutely delicious. It's the best apples, cranberries. Yeah, you see, I'm going to try doing like a pecan pie, or like a pumpkin pie inspired protein shakes. I think that will be really delicious. And I know everyone's moving into Christmas, so and more chocolatey things. I'm also going to do a recipe for healthy vegan Ferrero Rochers. Do you guys get Ferrero Rochers in your countries? Because we're going to need some treats to eat at Christmas, aren't we? If we want to stick to what we're doing and still have fun and have our little chocolate hit. Organic plum sugar, good for you. I've never come across plum sugar. Oh, palm sugar. I would stick away from palm sugar, to be honest. It's not a sugar that our bodies recognise and know what to do with. You know, if you really can't find an alternative, raw cane sugar. Sugar cane. We know what to do with that. It's a proper sugar. Bye, V, sweetheart. Lots of love to you. Sending you lots of love and hugs, okay, darling? Chocolate mint, that will be a fabulous one to do. I think the mint's still alive in the garden. I love pumpkin. Yes, I've got one, but a certain gentleman who I happen to be married with has drawn his face on my pumpkin and I'm not allowed to eat it. Yeah, that will be really, really nice. I've got a to die for chocolate cake as well, which has got no processed sugars in it, which is really nice. And I'm also going to do a banoffee pie shake because I think that will be really nice as well. Any other type of recipes? I'm going to do some savoury recipes because I keep doing sweet recipes because I've got a bit of a sweet head on at the moment, which I need to knock on the head because it made me eat a load of vegan biscuits last night. So I'm not buying the vegan biscuits anymore. They're just too tempting because I know I'm not eating any animal product. So I kind of, yeah, cane sugar, you know, that is a sugar we can process. We want to try not to eat too much sugar, but, you know, it is in stevia, agave, actually, is agave? I think agave might have just been put on the naughty list. I might have to check agave out. I bought some date syrup this week. I haven't tried it out in a recipe, but dates are amazing adding sweetness to things. And if you want a sweet dressing on your salad, just stick a date in there and whiz it all up in your whizzer. Don't like chocolate, so any you put on that aren't chocolate would be great. Okay, excellent. Someone who doesn't like chocolate. There are a few of you out there. We'll get you a healthy chocolate cake, Snow. Absolutely, for sure. And say it off with their heads and whack it open. Yes to smoothies. Smoothies are so easy. A stir fry with an amazing sauce. Okay, I actually did one yesterday, the day before yesterday. I just threw a whole heap of vegetables in and I used Chinese 5 spice, some garlic, a little bit of chili and sesame oil. And Wink thought it was better than the Thai green curry. Mind you, he kind of, you know, he's not really a curry man. Well, he is a bit now since he's met me. I find the chocolate recipes are often too dark for me. I prefer lighter milk type chocolate items. Okie dokes. Bebe, what you can do is you can not put so much cocoa powder and just put a tiny bit in it. Just put a tiny bit in it. I tend to put loads in because I love chocolate. And if you, that one was like a liquid Snicker bar, so it's got to be chocolatey. But you can put it, you know, cocoa powder is really good for you. Organic cacao powder. You can put a lot less in. Just put a little bit in just for that hint. Or you don't have to have any in at all. You can use vanilla and, you know, you can put peanut butter and vanilla and almond milk in together, you know, and it's delicious. It's really, really nice too. If I'm doing a big protein shake, Sandy's asking, do I have the protein shakes to replace a meal? They are a meal because the protein shake is something like about 260 calories. It's got the full amount of protein that you can digest in one sitting. It's full of my RDAs. And it's got lots of fiber in it as well and stuff. And then if I add like bananas and fruit and maybe an avocado to it and different things, it's enough to fill me up. I mean, I made, the Christmas cake one I made at the weekend. I was out in the garden I mean, it was dark when I came in the cold, working, hauling wood chip about and doing kind of, guerrilla gardening-y type things, at 6.5 hours until I thought, I'm feeling a bit hungry now. And that was just from that one shake. So yes, I wouldn't have a shake and then have a meal because I wouldn't fit it in. Okay, it is 1 a.m. in the UK. Fasting is from when I wake up in the morning, whatever time that is, then I don't eat anything all day, and then I go to bed. So, because I do these lives and they're late, last week I had, my lovely friend Anna, who was, a guest, and we talked till 6:30 in the morning. So I went from 7 in the morning all the way around to 6:30 in the morning before I went to bed. And I didn't eat anything. So it's from wake to sleep. That's the fasting. So, you don't wait till midnight and then start eating. You just go to bed having not eaten anything from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to bed, but make sure you drink plenty. Chrissy. I have an amazing shampoo. That's why it's holding. Loving my new lighting. Yeah, my new lighting. Do you want to see my new lighting? Let me turn it around so you can see my new lighting. Look. Da da da! Can you see that? There's my new light. And that's the fire still going. So yes, I have my new light, which is very unforgiving. But that's not what I'm about. Alina, you're going to be super, oh my God, when you see the happiness I send. I'm going to get it out the door tomorrow or Wednesday. Fantastic. Alina, are you, what's the word for it? Agoraphobic. Is it you that's agoraphobic? Forgive me if I'm wrong. I know there was somebody on here that was, who hadn't left her house for a couple of years. So is that you, or am I misreading that, Alina? Sorry. Thank you, Snow. You all make me feel beautiful. I drink the Arbonne Detox Tea, which I absolutely love. I've just been drinking it non-stop for about the last 2 years. I absolutely adore it. I drink it a lot more when I'm fasting, but I always have a couple. I can stick a link in for you for that if you're interested in that. It's somewhat dark in your long room. Yeah, it's really dark. In fact, Wink's taken to switching on my lights so that we can just see in the house because it is a very dark house. Nope, not you. Okay, sorry, Alina, if I got that wrong. Fantastic. Have you got any more questions for me? Anything that you would like me to do, to talk about? Who's that? When you go tomorrow morning, eat again. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, although it's going a bit green, my hair, actually. We've decided it looks green in some lights, but it's still sort of matching my nails a bit. Where's Winky Dink? He should serenade us out of our live chat. Winky Dink's bedtime is midnight. So he starts looking at how close he is to bedtime at about 11 o'clock. I think it takes about 10 to 15 days, mailing from the the US to the UK. Wink sent, Jack, a present that we told was 5 days, but it actually took about 13 days to arrive. And my Meta 7 that came that, for me to use, that took 12 days. So, I'll put the link for the tea down. Cream, coconut milk, the stuff from a can, is, if you're talking about cream in your coffee. If you're talking about real creaminess, then you'll want coconut cream, which you actually have to submerge in boiling water to kind of melt it because it's like solid. You could buy them in blocks and you can use that. And those do whiz up quite, if you've got a frother on your coffee machine, it does, the nut milks froth up too. Now, tofu. I'm a bit new to tofu. I actually do have some in my fridge. I don't really know what to do with it. But I'm actually getting a taste for it because I think my Chinese restaurant said he can make anything vegan if I like the tofu. So I'm just getting my head around the sponginess of it. It's a texture thing. So tofu tastes of what you cook with it. It doesn't really have a taste on its own. So I'm getting into tofu. Silpats for baking. That's a brand name. No, you can use another brand. They're made of a type of safe food silicone. Work great. Yeah, it's just like this silicone paper I've got. You line your baking sheet with it, wasn't it? Finished. Okay. Do you know what? I've never made potato soup. I've never made potato soup. And I think the thing with potato is it's really high in starch. I think I would probably like to make a sweet potato soup. But I think we have something called cockaliki here in the UK, which I think is leeks and potatoes and some kind of, vegetable stock. I can look one up though. Let's look one up. My mail gets to my family in Perth, Australia faster than they get it from Sydney. That's messed up. Yeah, that's messed up. Okay, the chocolate cake is actually my sister's recipe, and it is literally gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, so I need to get that from her. All right, yes, I'm sorry to hear that news. Mail is suspended because of the passing of President Bush. Potatoes and leek. I also love a leek soup. I love leeks. I use leeks instead of onions now. But basically leeks go in everything. It's the first thing when I'm frying stuff up. I do loads of stir fries actually, and I put some like rice noodles in. They take a couple of minutes to soak, and then just stir them through. Or I use rice or lentils, chickpeas, that sort of thing, and quinoa. I use that a lot too. Yay! Hi, Leanne. How you doing? Yeah, we're talking about lots of plant-based whole foods, and I'm going to be doing some recipes. So we're all talking about the kind of recipes people would like to see me do, so that we can give you lots of inspiration when people are making the change from eating meats, processed foods, processed sugars, all those unhealthy fats, because we're all about changing our eating habits sustainably, not going on a diet, because diets don't work, and they're not good for us, so that we look better, feel better, move better, sleep better, less inflammation. And we've had some fabulous, fabulous results. Yeah, peas are lovely. Pea soup's nice. Yum squash or butternut soup is good. Yeah, that's really, really good. And you can do like a spiced pumpkin this time of year. Some nice sort of warming spices to keep you warm if you're living in cold areas. Or I know some of you kind of don't really have seasons where you are. And I know in Oz and New Zealand, you're going into your summertime now. You're in spring. Well, yep, I'll do the vegan shepherd's pie. I'll do that because that was really delicious. In fact, Wink cooked that for me. See, converting. He actually cooked that for me. It was yummy. So I'll have to look up that recipe and repeat it. How much sugar should we have in our diet? Well, if you're eating lots of fruits, you're going to be getting natural sugars as well, which won't spike your blood pH. If you have too much kind of cane sugar, you're going to end up going up and crashing. Oh, bless you. Right. Basically, what this is all about, Leanne, it's about getting rid of animal products. So that's getting rid of meats, eggs, cheeses, dairy, and replacing it with other items. So we've been talking earlier about vegan cheeses. I love them. Nut milks, And tofu is a great source of something else. There are also a lot of vegan meats if you really like the texture. Just more fruits and vegetables in your diet, getting different butters and stuff like that. Sort of, I would avoid gluten. We don't digest it very well. You may not be intolerant to it, but I tell you what, if you cut that out of your diet, you feel a whole lot more energy, in my experience. If you eat a plant-based whole food diet, you will have a reduction in your blood pressure. That is one of the advantages. Also, fasting helps with that as well. I'm pretty sure that's one of, in fact, I'm going to look it up right this second. Well, just bear with me because I know I've got that somewhere. The benefits, medical benefits of fasting. Decreased blood pressure. There you go. Fasting. Try fasting with us. We're fasting every Monday and Thursday. But if you eat a really good diet, it should help your blood pressure. Hidden in toothpaste, sugar in toothpaste. You know, they put sugar in everything. There's sugar in peanut butter. There's, when you don't buy a whole food version, just Splenda is a good sugar. That doesn't mess with you, according to Dr. G. Stevia is very good, and cane sugar. Maple syrup, that also. I've just bought a date syrup. If you've got a sweet tooth, try and wean yourself down from eating too much. And when you're eating a whole food diet, plant-based whole food diet, you'll find that you find sugar a bit, when you really stick to it, you'll find your body won't want it. Well done. If you can get rid of soda pops and fizzy drinks, somebody on here lost 81 pounds in 6 months just stopping drinking soda. And when you think about it, they're expensive. They're full of chemical flavors, carbonated water, and sugar. It's madness, but we're all hooked on them. Well, I'm not. I've never really drunk fizzy drinks apart from with vodka. Agave, it's a sweetener. It's a sweetener that is a kind of substitute for sugar, and it comes from a plant. But I think my sister mentioned something to me when I was talking to her about that might be on the not so good for you list. I will need to check on agave sugar. What was the one I saw the other day? Somebody mentioned, I can't remember what it was now, but there are some new ones out there. Certainly I'm trying the date one. I haven't used it yet. Only bought it on Wednesday, and so I haven't had a chance to use it. PLJ is fabulous. And apple cider vinegar is really good for you as well. Really good for the gut. Yes. Okay. Snow, try them on gluten-free pasta. You can get pasta made out. I use a green pea fusilli, which is fantastic. You can get chickpea pasta. You can get rice pasta. And this is all really, you can eat that as well. Just don't go overboard having too much pasta. But try and convert them to it, and then you never have to have that stuff in the house. I'll have to look up agave sugar. It's just another sweetener. It's another it's called a sweetener because if it's not sugar, it has to be called that. Beverly, I just had spaghetti squash. So good. Yes. There you go. Zucchini pasta is fantastic as well. Just spiralize some, and you can get it pre-spiralized, but you know what? I would just get a spiralizer and do it yourself. It's, it keeps longer. You can spiralize carrots and you stir fry them like pasta, make some beautiful vegan sauces to go over the top of it. And I will look up a recipe for that. My son would starve to death. Yeah, I think my son would prefer to starve to death than not have Nutella. I know it's terrible, but what can you do? My son would say, "Thank you. I'll have to try that." Yeah, it's really nice. I know you have an issue with the texture of vegetables, but if you were to spiralize zucchinis or courgettes. Same thing, different name. And I think you just blanch them in hot water. They've got the texture of spaghetti. They absolutely have. Absolutely amazing. They've got a beautiful nutty flavour as well. Wow, Lynn, that is fantastic. It's vegan meals don't have to taste horrible. You don't have to just munch on a carrot for the rest of your life. There's pretty much a vegan alternative that you can make for practically every dish you can think of. I'm going to do a chili con carne because that's chili without the carne, a chili. And that's just fantastic. Just loads of beans, lovely flavours, veggies. I use an amazing probiotic. It is called Digestion Plus and it's by Arbonne. It's absolutely got rid of my menopause symptoms way before I was a vegan. I absolutely swear by probiotics. Again, I can put some links in the comments if you're interested. It's like Vegemite, not for me. I know Nutella is just like, I'm so over Nutella. In a previous version of myself, if there was no chocolate in the house, I'd just get a teaspoon out and just eat the tub while watching a film, just like old terrible habits I used to have. So let me know if you want the link for the probiotic. Okay, Mary Jane's off. Night, Mary Jane. What time is it now? It is 1:30. Any other questions for me? Anything that you would like? Yes, please. Okay, I will put that link in along with the tea one as well. Do I need to apply apple cider vinegar if I'm taking daily probiotics? I take a very good one from doctor. Does your probiotic work all the way through the gut? Just check that it does. Check the research on it because a lot of probiotics don't do anything. Most that you buy over the counter don't do anything unless you're paying like a good amount of money for your probiotic. The likelihood is it isn't working properly. But I don't know about your one. But do the research. Mind you, they say Yakult works and it's absolute pantaloons. It's just absolute. It's just a sweet dairy drink. I don't know how they're even allowed to sell it legally, to be honest. And also a lot of them that you'll find. Beano, if you're eating all those beans and don't like fat. Do you know what? When you are fully plant-based, whole food, you don't get gas from beans. You might do initially in the transition as your gut is, because it takes 6 weeks to digest beef. And still there'll be some, unless you're using a really good probiotic and you're taking plenty of fibre, which you will if you're introducing fruits and veg, bits of beef can just lay in your gut for months and months, So, whilst all the transition is going on, you can get quite a bit of gas. But I don't get any gas now at all. Virtually none. I do a little bit on fasting days because I guess there's a big gap in what's going into my gut. I'll put a link to the probiotic I use. It's like there is no other probiotic like it on the planet. It's patent pending. It's been designed by a most amazing botanical scientist who has got more patents pending than any other botanical scientist in the world. He's absolutely amazing. Dr. Peter Matravers, his name is. It's got a prebiotic, which prepares the gut for the probiotic, and then it has 14 digestive enzymes, and they all work together. It's absolutely amazing. The clinical results are incredible. Right. I've been asked a lot about my Ninja blender. I just put Ninja in, and I think it's called I'll look for a model number, okay? Because because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. But yeah, no, there's no point in going. It's just the black one, because I don't know if they do anything other. But yeah, I've had quite a few requests to pass on in the YouTube comments what the blender is. My uncle is super special. Nothing works for him. Apple cider vinegar. I actually take that as well when I get round to doing it. I actually make, it's not kombucha because that's a brand name, so I have to be careful not to say that. But I use my detox tea, which I make, and then I let it go cold. Then I put my probiotic in it. I put these energy fizz sticks that I have, which are full of chromium and healthy caffeine that the body can process. They're only 13 calories, so they're like an alternative to a fizzy drink. They're absolutely amazing, give you loads of energy and brain focus because of the chromium in it. And then apple cider vinegar, and it makes a very similar kind of drink to a kombucha type tea, which I've never actually had, but people that have had both have said it's very similar. And that's how my son takes his probiotic. He literally just like nags me if I haven't made him one. And that's cleared his spots up, but that will be the probiotic working there. Yeah, NutriBullet's excellent. I had a NutriBullet. The reason I changed my NutriBullet for a Ninja is because I like to make nice cream, which is ice cream that you make just from fruit, which is just delicious. And the NutriBullet couldn't do that. It just kept chopping everything, and it didn't make it into like an ice cream texture, and you need a blender for that. That's why I got that, because it's a blender. It's in fact it's got a NutriBullet type thing, juicy kind of, it's got a smoothie maker bit, and it's also got a food processor bit on it, and even a dough hook. I like gas. What do you like? Right, okay, I will find out what my Ninja is and I will post it up here. Yes, I also have a prebiotic also. Yeah, up there, it's not the only product in the world that works, but most don't. And if you've got a good one, absolutely well done for you. Yeah, probiotic, getting your gut as healthy as possible. Your gut is the cornerstone of everything. And that's why when we're eating rubbish, it's full of rubbish, and it can't do a good job of mending your skin, mending your vessels and your arteries, sorting out your cholesterol, helping you to sleep. And 95% of your serotonin is manufactured in your gut. So if your gut isn't working well, you're probably not feeling very happy either, because you won't be making enough endorphins to be released into your head. So when you cleanse your gut, you tend to feel like a gazillion times happier. And it certainly helped me with the depression I had and being a bit negative, like I used to be like. And anything to do with the gut, like leaky gut syndrome, IBS, any bloating and gas and all of that, if you sort your gut out, which you will with this kind of eating, anyway, it sorts all those digestive issues. You have the digestive issues because your gut is just full of all the, rubbish that we kind of is really hard to avoid eating, from ready meals and, snacks and, eating meat and stuff like that. Yeah, Bragg's is a good name, and I think that's in America, isn't it? We have Apolis, not Apolis. Aspel, that's the one we have in the UK. There's probably others, but it's the only one the supermarkets seem to carry. No, Alina, you don't. Absolutely you don't. It takes a while for your gut to adjust and get all the bad stuff out, but absolutely no. You would think so, but no. The reason you get the gas with vegetables when you a load of cabbage and sprouts is because you've got a whole load of meat and dairy and all that slurry in you, which, it slows down. Basically, meats take a lot longer to digest because guess what? We're not really made to digest them. So it takes an awful lot of work to break them down. And the vegetables get trapped behind that in the gut and cause wind. So no, you don't get a lot of wind when you go plant-based. Hey, Claudia, thanks for joining. Yes, cool. They are the happy dance neurotransmitters. Well done. Acid reflux until I changed to vegan. I've literally just realised I haven't had it. There you go. Lynn is answering that question with her own experience. She's got rid of acid reflux, and that's really unpleasant. I've only had it once, and that was when I was pregnant. And it's just like everything I ate just caused it, you know. Bit costly though. Yeah, how much does it cost, Beverly? The thing is, when you're buying products to help you get more healthy, you're investing in your own health, you're investing in you feeling better, and there's nothing, you know, a pair of shoes doesn't make you feel better, but, you know, getting a good probiotic will make you feel better, you know. Excellent. I'm glad I've explained that, Alina. Okay, I will definitely put the link for the probiotic in. Yep, I will put all the links in for you. Absolutely, I will. In fact, the link for the vanilla protein powder will be in my liquid Snicker recipe, and it will be in the Christmas cake recipe, Christmas cake smoothie recipe as well. It's all in there if you've had a look at the recipes. But yeah, I'll put the link in. I've realised you can only have 5,000 characters in the description, and which is why I wouldn't post some of my descriptions, because I was giving you a whole load of health benefits as well, you know, like digging them all out for you so you could just read rather than look them up yourself, make it easier for you to access the information. So if I can't do that, I'll put it in a pinned comment at the top if it's all too, because there'll be different links depending on what country you're in. So I'll put the links up for Canada, New Zealand, Australia, the UK and the US. Okay, so there'll be, click on the link that's the country you live in, and you're off your reflux med. See, that's another med that you haven't got to trawl out for and pay for and all of that business. So, you know, there's a benefit, you know. The one I use doesn't. It's in dried form. It's only activated when you add room temperature or cold water to it. It's not one you can add boiling water to, because you kill all the good bacteria. So mine isn't. It's a live product, but only when activated with water. So I don't know what Beverly's is like, because I've not come across that one. Can you switch to other countries on those links? Just wondered why you asked. Basically, you have to shop in the shop from your own country, because they don't deliver internationally. So you shop in the US if you live in the US, and then it will be delivered locally to the US. But if you know people in other countries, yes, you can shop in another country, but it will only deliver to the country that you shop in. I shop for my sister in Australia and buy her things, and I've sent things to other people in the countries it's available to too. Do buy lots of different things at once. Yeah, exactly. Just, you know, just think, right, I'm going to get a mayonnaise today. I'm going to, you know, next week I'm going to get some vegan cheeses, because they are more expensive than cheese. But, you know, it's there for you for that cheese. And I don't care what Dr. Gilmore said. I don't know what vegan cheese he's been using, but I've had some delicious ones. If you're in the UK, it's an online vegan cheese company. It's called No Moo Cheese. And they do everything from Swiss cheeses to like Stilton, the blue cheeses, the mozzarella. They do like a hard cheese. They do strong cheddar cheeses. They're all really, really good. Yeah, I'll send you a link for that. I'll send you a link for the protein powder. pre and probiotics, but when you buy them in quantity, you get better prices. Yep, you do. Especially try to get it. Yeah. Yeah, they are in the pina colada. That's it. That was the other one I did. Pina colada, Christmas cake, and Snicker. Yeah, it'll be in there for you. Stilton. Yeah, well, might have to give the Stilton a miss, otherwise you're going to be in all kinds of trouble. Right, okay. So are there any other questions that we haven't gone over? Because we are getting up to the 1 hour and 42 minute mark here. And I think anyone coming back on to have another look at this will be probably like, I can't wade through an hour and 42 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Arbonne's, they do specials as well. And there are discounted rates and stuff like that. But anyone wants to know about that, PM me for that and I'll let you know. We have green food markets. Yeah. Go to your farmers markets. You'll get some lovely produce there and try and eat seasonally. What's in season now? It ain't strawberries. It'll be apples and pears and pomegranates have come into season as well. And satsumas, grapes seem to be all year round. They're probably, I don't know why they're probably GMO actually because they've got no seeds in them. It's one of the vegan things, so I'll get them. Yeah, absolutely. Look for vegan stuff online. You can get loads of stuff on Amazon. Loads and loads of stuff on Amazon. Blueberries, yeah. Blueberries would be good. Yeah, I'm thinking of trying to do some kind of blueberry muffin inspired thing, and I would probably use flax seeds and blueberries for that. And Black Forest Gatto. I've got some cherries in the freezer. No Moo cheese, cruelty free shop online has the no. There you go. What country are you in, Bebe? Are you in the UK? Or because I'd be interested to know if that's in the US. Triple barrel resection, can't eat anything with seeds or skins. Any suggestions? Skin or seeds? Could you take the skin off an apple and eat an apple? If you were to whiz your seeds up and so they're a powder, would that, is it the actual seed going through or bits of skin going through, or is it something in seeds or skins? Let me know, Claudia. Amazing. So no moo cheese is international. So cruelty-free shop, no moo cheese. So all have a Google of that because I highly recommend those cheeses. They are just delicious. They're the most like cheeses I've got that I've had, actually. Or Violife do a very good hard cheese, which is very like Parmesan. In fact, my son can't taste the difference and he eats that now. I just don't really buy any cheese anymore. Occasionally my husband buys some. Nighty Night Gloria, thank you very much. Frozen fruit is great, Core, because they freeze it fresh. You know, it's not hanging around doing 1,000 miles. They just process it. So use I'm using frozen cherries, frozen berries. They're really, really good as well. You can get frozen mangoes and pineapples. They're really, really good. So frozen is great. Better than canned. Overgrowth of candida. Yes, I think it does. And you can reverse that with a good probiotic and guess what? Plant-based whole food eating. And a friend of mine totally reversed that by going vegan. Sorry about that then, Core. I don't know, maybe it's just in New Zealand then. Is there anything you can make like fruit pies? Yeah, I bet there would be some things you can make fruit pies. You just have a different base on it. Let me look into fruit pies because I know you'll like your pies. And let me see if I can do some recipes for that. So the actual seed or skin's too much fibre. Okay, you could try blitzing seeds. Yeah. So your intestine doesn't have enough time to break it down so that you can digest it. So I would get your coffee grinder out and just smash those seeds up until you've got a fine powder, and then add it that way. That's what I would do with that. Hey, sorry, you did say that earlier. It's just very hard for me to try and remember different names. But sorry for that. But I do like your name actually on here. That's great. Yeah, frozen is a much better source than canned. Right. Yes, it would, Lynn. It absolutely would help because it's what we're supposed to eat. And I think when people have inflammation and difficulty digesting stuff we're not supposed to digest, I think your bodies are just better at going, hello, we don't do this. Why are you eating that? I could probably eat carbolic acid and I wouldn't even have a tummy ache. My body, is just, I've managed to do lots of things that, I've managed to have MRSI. My body didn't really kick up too much of a fuss. So, I've got what's called as a cast iron stomach. I'm going to be on the radio on the 10th of December. I will definitely put some reminders up on my YouTube channel. And we are going to live broadcast to YouTube whilst I'm on air. So you'll be able to listen to the radio program. We'll have to mute some of the tracks, except I get to choose a track. So I think there's going to be one of my husband's amazing tracks on there, which I will be able to broadcast because I own the rights to it. So that's good. Condensed milk, coconut milk, coconut cream. And if you wanted it to be sweeter, I would add some stevia or some, I'm not going to say that again because I've got to check that out, or some coconut sugar. That would be brilliant, actually. That would be brilliant. The other thing you could add is you could soak some cashew nuts, whiz that up with the coconut milk. That will give it a really creamy texture. And the coconut sugar is like Demerara sugar. That will be delicious. In fact, I'm already thinking of some recipes I can do. I don't know if it sets like toffee, like that would. I might have to ask my sister on that actually, because she's done lots of experimenting. There might be. I would Google that, Lynn. Right. Nighty night to Claudia. I am going to go now, and I'll tell you why. Because I've had so much tea. I'm busting to go to the loo, so I'm going to have to leave. My eyes are starting to water and I'm wriggling about like this. You're probably all getting seasick. No. I know you weren't criticising. But I would like to be better at going, oh, baby, right, okay, that is flying up to look at it now. Jackie. I would like to remember to do that. And I know somebody comes on as Chris, and I think their name is Sandra, but I can't remember now because I don't know where the feed is. So just to help me, if there's any links or any recipes, can you just go into the actual comments and just put the word down, because I will have to go through all of these again, watching all of this to find all the comments, and it will take me ages. So it's more likely that I can get to them quicker if you could just quickly, when this video finishes, put the comment in and what you want me to do. Oh no, I'm not tired. It's just the shadow from my glasses and my eyes are watering because I need to go to the bathroom. I need to get rid of some of that tea. Righty ho, lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to tell other people what we're doing. Let's have some more people joining us. Let's inspire together other people to change their health for the good, for the better. Okay, lots of love to you all. Thank you so much. You are the most amazing lovelies. And thank you for those who are new, who have joined us tonight. I really hope you've enjoyed it and you've got some benefits. So see you on Thursday, same time. Okay, bye. Just clicking this off. Okay, going, gone.